So sometimes it's hard to figure out where to start on the tours like this. So what I'll do is just give you a quick overview, and then we will move on to specific things. I'll try and make this as quickly as possible. And if it goes too long, I'll probably do a two-parter if it goes too long. Because I know you guys don't want to watch videos for the, this for the next 30 minutes. So I'll just give you a quick roundy round of what this hobby room looks like at this point, and what's up top, and what's down here, and the door, that's the door out. And then here's where a lot of the changes came in over the last week or two, and then the comics, etc. So let's start if you came through the door here. So here's the door to the statue room. You come through here, and then you come to this section right here. This section is all of my most favorite secondhand figures that I found at a secondhand store, and these are all my favorites. So I've put them in my own bags with my own marking or my own labels on them, and these are just my favorites. These are never to be traded off or sold or anything. These will stay with me. And this big green thing is my gun cabinet. For those of you who don't know, I collect air guns. I have about 10 or 12 in there. There's my half-scale Darth and my Omnibot my wife got me for Christmas so many years ago. That thing is older than most of you watching this video. That thing's 35 years old and he still works. So let's go to here. This shelf here is my retro shelf. Almost everything you see here, well, not almost everything, everything you see here has been found at a second-hand store, including my Brave Star, my packaged up Brave Stars. You've got Pirates of Deepwater, you've got Dick Tracy, you've got Gargoyles, you've got Mighty Ducks, you've got Mummies Alive, Street Sharks, Small Soldiers, which is my favorite. So everything up here on my retro shelf, and Mighty Max. We drop down to my turtle shelf, and there's an original April right there. Again, everything you see here is secondhand. I found this at a secondhand store. None of this was bought new. And there's every type of turtle that you can imagine in there. And down here is a small part of my bat set that I talk about. These are the Batmen that I have picked up over the last little while. I think there's about 60 of them in here. And it is a small, I have way more than this, but these are my favorite ones that I really super enjoy. We're going to drop down here to the wrestling shelf. Now, I'm not a huge wrestler, but every single one of these except 4 were found at secondhand stores. So when I find the wrestlers, I'm always very happy to find them because I think they're pretty neat, even though I don't know a whole lot about wrestling. I mean, I don't watch it, but I find the figures very well made. Very interested in them. Down here is kind of my hodgepodge superhero shelf, some Legends, some DC, some Fortnite, and everything in between. And these are ones that have always caught my attention. I really like them. We'll drop down here to the Thundercats. And a lot of this stuff is secondhand. The bigger guys that you see in front, I bought and unboxed, but everything else I found secondhand. So let's, sorry about the earthquake, let's jump up to here. Up here, I keep a lot of my boxed figures up, and you can see them there. There's a whole pile of stuff behind these, and that goes all the way down, past the planes, down to there. We'll get into that a little bit later. This shelf here is my super big guy shelf. I just love these big guys. I know I have 2 Hulkbusters there, but I really like Hulkbuster, so I have 2 of them there. That Kylo Ren is, he's on the bubble to be replaced when I find something to replace him a little bit better. And there is Warriors of Virtue, and then my my really enjoyable Fantastic Four thing, Cadillac, and the bike. Really like those. Then I drop down to this shelf, some box stuff, but then the big boys are all here. This is my line of big guys. I absolutely love big figures. And all of these were secondhand finds. I didn't buy any of these new. And behind them are some box stuff. Now we drop down to here. Those that watch my channel know I'm into remote controlling. This is a 6 scale Lossy sorry, Yeti XL, 4-wheel drive, very fast, very fun to drive. This is 4-wheel drive E-Max. I absolutely love this thing. And then down here we have a quarter scale Baja 5B gas 29cc, and then we have a quarter scale gas 4-wheel drive Lussie Desert Buggy, and they both roar along really good. This is 2-wheel drive, so that is part of my remote controls. Then we come to this dollhouse. Now this dollhouse is my wife's, and this is a project she's been working on for a number of years, and the only place it fits is in my shop. So I figured if it's going to live out here, then it needs to earn its keep. So I decided to put figures on it. So there you see my X-Men up there. We drop down to various Marvel here, and then we drop down to Spider-Man. Just a few of my Spider-Man figures, just ones that I really enjoy. And then of course my Ghostbusters, I always have them somewhere. I just love the Ghostbuster figures. And then just miscellaneous over here. We come back to this filing cabinet. This is where all my gold, silver, and bronze keys and my favorite books are all in here. These 3 drawers are completely full of comics, and I love them. Now, one of the big changes that I made in the last little while is this right here, this bookcase right here. Oh, hold on. Let me turn Darth on. I should have turned him on. Okay. So like I'm saying, one of the big changes with this was this bookcase. My desk is behind this, and it's kind of a see-through drafting desk, and I just hated the look of seeing that desk like that. So I decided to throw this in here and move the 3/4 scale statues over here, and I gave them all a friend. Like Anakin has, what's his name there? I gave Darth BB-8, and Obi-Wan has R2-D2. And then we have some more Star Wars stuff down here. What do they call those things? The realistics or whatever. And just decided to go this route. So it hides the desk, you can't see through it, and I'm glad of that because I absolutely hated that look. Then we get into the Star Wars Lounge. Now the last time you saw this was right after I had done it. Now I'm not going to name off every single thing that's here. You can kind of see for yourself what's there. And I am a huge Star Wars collector. And then we get up to here, and I have a couple of statues and some art that was sent to me by friends as an AOK. I always have that in here. I appreciate it very much that they did that for me. My big TIE Fighter. Some more stuff down there. Now you'll see these bins down here. These are all my carded Star Wars figures, all in these bins. They're full, and I have one bin for my secondhand stuff once I get them. Now this is the desk I was talking about. This is where I make all my movies and sort all my figures and everything. I love the size of it, but I hated the see-through look of it. So this is where I do a lot of my work, is at this desk here. So moving on here, we have some more. We have the big AT-AT, and I love my Star Wars Lounge, but I am a huge, I think I have 43 different vehicles here, and you can see them all, and I have the old posters in the background and the LED lights. I absolutely love everything I got going here. And there's my 1-Up Street Fighter 2. Down here I have an C-3PO collector case that's full of figures. I have a small BB-8 playset, and then your various helmets. A very rare Darth helmet that was in Toys R Us and hung over the, well, it was in the movie theaters first back when Phantom Menace came out, and then it went to Toys R Us, and I won that in an auction. I'm very happy to have it. And some more of the helmets, and of course Yoda. Then we will go up here. This Star Wars Lounge, May the 4th, will get a lot more. I will explain a lot more of this on May the 4th. There's my one of my more recent buys, the B-Wing. Boy, that was tough to find. And then my originals up here. I'm working on getting as many as I can. I love that. I'm going to make a better display for that. And then here we have the original TIE Fighter and a couple of other things. Then we came, now the last time you saw this bookcase, it was full of Lego, and you'll notice that the Lego is not here. I've packed the Lego away for a while, so I went to a 6-inch display here. This is all 6-inch. A lot of this stuff has been found secondhand. And then at the bottom are my books and stuff like that. So now we'll zip back up to the top. This is where I keep my bigger box stuff, and I keep my Black Series guys all up in here. And the chess set guys, I really think they look so good there. I left them there. I don't have a way to display the chess set yet, but I will one day. And the Black Series, and then as we come around here, all that top shelf is all more box stuff that is stacked 4 or 5 deep of Legends and DC Premier. And then of course we have the planes. I have 55 RC planes up here, all of them fly. I have jets, World War II, everything else. And like I say, I am a huge RC guy. It's the one thing I've always done. You know, you get beautiful planes like this P-51, this AT-6 Texan, this beautiful P-40 Warhawk. And of course, one of the pride and joy right here is the T-28, 1400 millimeter. It's a beast of a plane. And then my bomber up here. So these all fly. And probably my most expensive and rarest is the Ju-88 Stuka Dive Bomber. I don't fly him anymore because he's just too expensive to fly. You can't find parts for him or anything. And then some more here. Sorry for the light there. So that's part of that. So now let's move over to, here's what I've got pretty much left of my Lego collection. I don't have a lot. I'm not a huge Lego guy. I just like to build every once in a while. I did the door with one of these standees, and I think he fits just perfectly. I really like him. And then you can see the comic boxes. This is my comic book collection. We'll just zip over here. 19 long boxes, 3 short boxes, and everything in between. And I love my comic book collection. I've just got to kind of figure out how to do a couple of other things here to get the comics all in the front, so I'll be working on that. Zipping into up here are my RC boats. I have the Motley Crew. This is a very fast boat. The Miss Geico is a very fast boat. This is a 31 inch. This is a 29 inch. This is a 31 inch V-hull, and then another catamaran right there. I have 4 boats and I absolutely love them. Then we come to my crawlers. These are all axial pretty much, except for this one, it's a Red Cat. This is my own build. This is a custom build. This big heavy Chevy, that's a custom build. I built that one out of a million pieces. And then one of my favorite, my Wraith, my trail truck with a winch and everything on it that works, my Bronco, and then this guy right here, he's a beast out in the wild, this one. Then we drop down to some of the changes that those of you who've been following my channel know this year, the Transformer. So this is the Transformer so far on this shelf, and the Kingdom line is what I'm going after, and I gotta unbox these. It's tough to do, but I am going to unbox these. I just haven't got there yet, and I'll try and unbox them as much as possible. Then we drop down to the new shelf. This is the shelf that I put in here. Now, when I pull back and show you the comics, you'll see this part here, and those who have watched my room know that this part right here was the Harry Potter Lego display. The Harry Potter Lego display had been here 2 years, and it was just taking up too much room, and I wanted to do something else, and I'll explain what this part's for in a minute. So if we come into here, I've got some of my favorite box stuff, the World of Warcraft in the back, and then my favorite secondhand figures that I've come across over the last few years that I really missed not seeing, so I've put them all up here. And then of course there's McFarlane Oz back there. Oh, hold on a second. I've got a light out. Let me see if I can get that light to work. There we go. So I've got these lights all in the remote. And I'll shut the big lights off and show you this place at nighttime when it's all lit up. Then of course there is the Mortal Kombat 11 figures. And then we get into a bit of a Spawn display. Spawn is one of my favorite characters. What would really complete this Spawn display is if I actually got my Kickstarter, which I don't think I'm ever going to see, but that's another story for another time. And then I have a toolbox here, and you're thinking, what's that for? That's where all my RC stuff, my batteries, and my tools for working on RC are going. And then this spot here, even though I hate it, is my little catch-all for everything else that doesn't really fit in there all that fantastically. But that's kind of it. I'm trying to see if I've forgotten to show you guys anything. Now the ceiling is open. Now you'll see the ceiling open with the batten, and that's going to change here in the next little while. I'm going to use some 1x12s, and I'm going to plank this whole thing in. I have to leave the ceiling open because of the RC airplanes. I have to. I have nowhere else to put them, and I like to see them all the time. So that's pretty much it for the change in the hobby room. I'm going to show you what this room looks like when it's just all the cool lights and the big lights are off. So let me get to that. So we'll just start over here so you can kind of see the lights on. Now I need to, you see the 3 shelves are lit up. I need to light up these bottom 3, which those will be the next lights that I get. And then I've got these remote control lights, these puck lights that I really enjoy. They do a great job. And they can also change color, and I'll show you that in a minute. Then I've got some LEDs behind these 3 guys, and Darth of course is lit up. I've got to figure out some sort of lighting for in here at nighttime. I don't spend a lot of time in here at night, but it would be kind of neat to have those lit up, which I may. And then of course the Star Wars Lounge has its LEDs down here, and its pucks up here, and more LEDs to light up the helmets and everything so you can see it. And then the puck lights up here, and then the lights all in here. And then of course the lights in the new section. Now what I like about these lights is they're all remote control, and I can change the colors on them, so just give me a second. Took the Harry Potter display down is I wanted to make a ledge here, like you can kind of see here. Like I've got my comics, so I actually put a video up of that, and I will be unboxing these 2 guys. But I wanted an area where I could work on something. I am making a frame here, and I'm making a backdrop that I can pull down on a window blind. And I want to be able to take pictures of bigger stuff. I do have a photo box, which I enjoy using, but it only handles something for so much size, and it doesn't handle it anymore. So this is going to be kind of my photo area. You know, I'm going to put trees and everything, just stuff that I can put in and pull out, and all that kind of stuff when I want to do. It's a bigger platform to take better pictures, and I enjoy taking pictures. Plus, I'm a model car builder, and I am going to end up taking some more videos of my model cars as I build them, as I'm getting back into that. So that's what this was all about. I wanted to have a bigger spot here so I could work on stuff, and I think it's going to suit me just well. The basket under here, this is where I put my new picked up, or the new used figures that I pick up, and then I catalog them, and there's a video on how I do that, and I get them out there. But pretty much I'm pretty much where I want to be with everything, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let's close out, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed that little tour of the hobby room. And the reason I call it the hobby room is because I have so many things that it can't just be a toy room or an RC room or an air gun room, or you know, it's just so many things that I do in here. So I do call it the hobby room. So I hope you enjoy what I've done in here. Let me know what you think. Now, the one wall that I showed you where my comics and everything are, that's pretty much where I want to be on that. But I'm going to pull all that down probably before fall. And you're going to think, well, you're out of your mind. Actually, I'm going to pull it all down, push it all to the side of the room. I've got to redo that whole wall, paint it, and match it up. That's the last wall I have to do in this room, and then it's completely done. So I just wanted to get it to a point to see if that's where I wanted it. Now I know exactly what I want. So I will pull that wall down and repaint that whole wall, and then put everything back exactly as you see it now. It's just that it'll all have to come down. My lighting for my shop is completed. I've got some very nice remote control fluorescent lights in here now that are up top. And got that all done, and lighting is key in your displays. It sure is key. But again, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. You know, I'm not sure what your guys' rooms look like. Please do a tour and let us all see, because we all like looking at people's rooms, and this will continue to change. It always changes. Your room never stays the same. It always changes. This has been in a constant change almost for a year now. I retired almost a year ago, so I've really poured myself into this room and making it exactly what I want it to be, and I absolutely love every bit of it. And I love my statue room, and of course my statue room tour is right here. If you want to have a look at that, it's right there. Click on that card. I did that about 2 months ago, and the only thing that's changed in there, and the one thing you didn't notice in here, is my 6-scale military figures are no longer in here. They're actually in there. They took the place of these 3 quarter scales that were in there, so they are actually in there now where I wanted them. I actually have 3 D12s that are all 6 scale now, and I'm happy with the look of it. But that's it, Area 51 home of the superheroes and a whole pile of other stuff. saying thank you for coming for a tour on my hobby room, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.